welcome to this episode of CodeAlong with gOZie. Let's have a look at HTML links. Links are found in nearly all web pages. Links allow users to click their way from one page to the other. It could be one page on your site to another page on your site, or one page on your site to another page on another site. I want to also take note of the fact that links in HTML are hyperlinks, which means that a click on a link will basically jump you to another document. And another important thing to take note of is when you click on them, when you mouse over a link, it changes the pointer to an arrow. So let's basically look at this before we look at the page. So let me pick just any site. Let's go to our central bank sites. Okay, so there are several links here. So these are links. You can see that normally the pointer is an arrow. Now when you move over the link, it changes to a cursor. It changes the cursor to a pointer, not an arrow this time around. If you look at this page, there are so many links. It's a vital part of links are vital part of how the web works. So let's look at the syntax. Now we create a new document, links.html. Okay, so we'll produce the basic web structure, shift 1, press enter, and HTML links. Okay, so to code a link, we use the A tag. The A for anchor. Now the anchor tag is another tag after we're looking at after the image tag that has the mandatory attributes. This time is the href, horizontal reference, and the href is used to basically syntax. You put a URL here that points you to the page you want to go to when whatever the content you display here is clicked on. Okay, so this is what the user is going to see, and this is where a click on this will lead to. So please take note of the syntax. Right? So let's create a link to the headings page. So we're going to change this to headings, and we're going to change the URL to heading.html. Okay, first of all, look at the links page. There's the links page. Oh, sorry, I had to. Please take note of this error. This is an error. My image folder was highlighted when I created this page. So it was created within the image folder, and that's not what we want. If you do something like this, drag and drop. So I'll click on the link, pull it. I'm still holding my mouse, and then drop it here. It's asking if I want to move on. Say yes. So now put it back here. Okay. Now, before you create any link, or before you create any HTML page, make sure you're within the folder. Like this. This is the root folder. I was supposed to click here to dehighlight. If this is highlighted, like if it's in blue, it means that whatever the file or folder I'm creating will be inside this folder. So if I don't want it to be within the folder, I'll have to click anywhere else to dehighlight it. Okay, I have to click anywhere else to dehighlight it and then create whatever file I need to create. So sorry for that. Now this is the links web page. I want to click here to jump us to the headings.html. You can see that they are on the same level. They're like siblings side by side. So I don't need to do anything super complicated to get there. So all I need to do is just type heading. Of course, if you type it properly, VS Code will give you a hint on it. So let's look at this and see what we have. Links. Hi, so heading, when I click on it, okay, you can see it's underlined by default, and when my mouse moves over it, it changes from an arrow to a pointer. Okay, so when I click here, now take note of this area. So when I mouse over it, you can see it's informing us where it's informing on where the page I will be going to. Okay, so you click there, points us here. So use the back arrow key to go back. Okay, so what if we want to link to a page that is not within our website. So this is this page heading.html is within our website. So how do we link to an external resource? That's what's called an external resource. The page you're going to does not belong to our site. So how do we link there? Of course, we start with the A tag first, and then we'll have to locate whatever the site is I want to get to. I think previously we went to Central Bank, so let's go there to Central Bank of Nigeria, and let's go to the contact us. Okay, so this is the link to Central Bank page, contact us. So we copy that, go to our page, paste it there, and then contact Central Bank of Nigeria. Sorry for the spelling. Central Bank. Okay, so let's look at that. So when I click, it takes us to the contact page. Now, one thing is, I don't think I would like to advise anyone, if you're linking to an external resource, to have that new page that is not your that new website that's not your own to load on the browser. So if I have a visitor on my website, I wouldn't want the visitor to leave my site for another site. So what do? If I basically want the user to still have access to this Central Bank contact page, but be within my site as well, all I have to do is to add the target attribute, target. Okay, by default is in self, which means to load this page on this tab. Okay, what if I wanted to load on a different tab? I want to load on a new tab. I'll use a blank. So reload. So when I click here, that's my own, and that's the new one. As against self, which is the default one. Self. Please take note of the underscore. It's important. Self, meaning when I click on it, it loads within the same tab. You can see I no longer have the link tab here. Finally, let's look at that our image. Let's go back to our image page. I wanted us to look at how to make an image a link. So how do we get that done? We have our A tag, and then we point to we want the link. Okay, let's point to my site, https dev with gOZieCHUKWU.com.ng. Okay, now in between the A tags, I can now put the picture. So what I'm doing is I'm nesting the image within an A tag. Okay, so let's look at that. Images. So when I mouse over it, you can see that the pointer changes from an arrow. The cursor changes from an arrow to a pointer. Now when I click there, it loads my page within this. Okay, so that's how to handle links.